Jocelyn.
Aw. Why?
Where do I begin?
You tell me. I guess we're gonna be here for a little while, huh? It all started. Was it love at first sight?
Yeah. We don't really judge each other, so it's just like very open and fluid conversation. That's part of what having a best friend is all about. Is being able to just talk to them about anything and have them, for the most part, understand. Sense of humor is a big thing. But Jocelyn's always been there for me. He's a really good friend, and that's the main reason I love him.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean...
You get points for that, even though it wasn't like a...
I kind of have certain standards for what is a good friend, and like what makes a good friend, and how people should treat each other once they decide that they are good friends. And
yeah, I like that.
I don't know if you should have that, but like in my mind, there's a certain level of camaraderie that is supposed to be reached with most good friends. They have your back, and
hell yeah.
Once again, we welcome all ears to this week's episode of Student of Life, the game show.
That was Fritz on his love for Jocelyn. And now we hear from a police officer on a boat ride on icy Strait Point, Alaska.
Suspicious something in the mailbox, this lady's mailbox. And she thinks it might be a dog biscuit. But she doesn't know. Back when the anthrax and things were really hot at the time.
Yeah.
So I drive there, and the lady's like, "It's in my mailbox." I said, "Okay, what? Look her." She goes, "It looks like a dog bone." I said, "Okay." So I carefully open the box and I look in, and there's a dog bone, and it's a milk bone. And I pull it out and I hold it, and I'm like, "This must be the work of Laden." Honest to God, I said it to the lady, and she stood there for a while like she didn't get it at first. I'm like, "I'm just kidding. It's Bin Laden, Bone Laden." I go, "No problems. I'll take care of this for you," and I took it away.
So I wonder who the culprit was.
Right, that stuck a bone in this lady's mail, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
It's funny.
But bad scenes.
Yeah, what was the worst that's happened?
We had a mom that was religiously crazy, if you want to put it, radical. And she had, I think it was a 4-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy at home. And the husband came home from, I don't even know. I don't know, they okay to hear, they okay to hear this? Well, the husband came home and his wife was holding a knife and she was full of blood. And he said, what's going on? She says, "I had to make sure they didn't get taken from us." He says, "What are you talking about?" And he starts screaming because there's blood everywhere. And he found both his kids were stabbed numerous times. And later on, the evidence showed that the little boy was trying to help his sister because she was actually stabbing so hard it was going into the floor through the child. And he was screaming, "Why are you doing this, Mommy? Why are you doing this?" We were assuming because she was chasing him through the house with his bloody handprints all over the walls, trying to get away from her after a while. Yeah, that was you never get that out of your head, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's horrible.
And then when we got back to the station, the husband, rightfully so, was just so devastated that he just cried and cried, and then you don't know what to say. What do you say?
It was the wife. You're saying the wife did that.
Yeah, the wife did it, but
She just went crazy.
She just went crazy. She thought that demons were going to take their kids, and yeah, that was probably the most horrific thing that you could see, or
Terrible.
That is terrible.
about?
Should have ended it on a happy note, right?
Yeah. Well, give us another funny one.
You can talk about the drunk. When you never had a shoot. How many times you had to shoot someone?
Oh yeah, well that was the one where it was a gentleman drunk guy in his car sitting there, and somebody called in shots fired. So apparently he had shot out the window a couple times. A little snub nose handgun, and I pulled up and took cover because I saw the guy, found him, and he actually did shoot a round off the window, like to the ground with his arm out.
His house or
Car. He had his arm out and shot downward. But again, I don't know. Restaurants are around there. People are everywhere. So now I got to make this decision. Is this guy shooting at people? Is he? It's dusk. It's you can't really see. Until I saw him put it to his own head, and that's when I was right there, ready to go. And I was screaming at him, drop the gun, drop the gun. He's like, ah, he kept, and then he leaned forward and the shot went off. And then that's when I just rushed in. I rushed in after the shot went off because I thought, well, if he's going to turn it towards me, I have to do what I have to do. And then he's like, all right, he dropped the gun, I'm hit. And the gun, fell in the car seat, and I dragged him out of the car, and that's when we called the paramedics.
And where was he hit?
Just grazed it right in the back of his head, straight across the back of his neck, because you have a tendency to flinch when people pull the trigger. They just flinch forward, like they're anticipating the shot going off. So he wasn't that drunk.
But you said it was just a scratch.
Just a scratch, bled a little bit. But that's it.
The following was recorded in a van leaving a fishing expedition on Icy Strait Point. We hear from our guide's wife about her experiences in Cambodia.
How long ago did you come over here?
I came here. My youngest one, Lori, was about 2 years old, but right now she's about 30.
Wow. So 28 years ago.
Yep, 20 years ago. But I'm still don't speak very good English because I'm stay home. My kids go to school. I want them to remain the culture. Want them to know how to speak Cambodia. So I'm start to speak English until I come with him here.
Okay.
When I first met him, I didn't speak good.
And now you're picking it up.
Yeah.
Speak it all up.
She said, no, leave me alone. And he's like, oh, you want to marry me?
Yeah, when he talk to me, I don't know how to respond, answer, whatever. So my kid is helping me, my sister-in-law helping me, take forth and back what I want to say.
Whole family.
Yeah.
So they were translating.
Yeah.
Huh. And you like it here?
Yeah, I like it here.
Different type of temperature, right?
Usually before I got married, my brother don't want me to marry him. He said the culture, very different. And then I don't speak very good English also. And then I talk to him also, about that. But he worried also that maybe I cannot make it here. But I told him, like when you love someone,
Absolutely.
yeah, when you love someone, it's a person that you love. It's not about the place, it's about the money.
Right.
And if he nice, that is make you survive, make you happy,
Right.
Where did you meet him?
I met him here. I came for vacation on the boat with him, fishing with him. Yeah.
So similar to what we just did. Did you catch anything that day?
Yeah.
Besides the husband?
Yeah, catch anything bigger than him? No. That was the big catch that day.
That
huh?
is big catch.
That was the catch of the day. Well, that's neat. What's the biggest difference, do you think, between Cambodia and here in Alaska?
It's very big different. And here is freedom. And over there, you know, you cannot speak. You cannot speak. How to say?
Freely.
Yeah, freely. No.
So
They have class, you know, over there. And then, like, if you are fisherman or you are farmer, they look down on you.
huh.
It's very different.
Whereas here, there's respect for any kind of
Any
work.
kind, yeah. That's what my mom always tell me, that when I go to school, we have to study hard. It's not you go in the end up of marry a fisherman. But the fishermen here and in my country are very different.
Right.
Yeah.
Here, it's a businessman.
You should go Cambodia and visit Cambodia. Have you ever heard about Cambodian history? Maybe my husband can tell you about that. Oh, yeah. All my family were killed. I have only one brother that survived.
Whoa.
I have 5 siblings. My oldest brother, he have 11 children. Only 2 left. And my second one, he have 4 kids. Only 2, and then his wife left. And my brother killed by the Khmer Rouge also. And then my third brother, he survived because he left the country a month the day that the Khmer Rouge took over the country, went to Paris to study, continue his study. And I supposed to live in the country to go to France to study my also, but on that day the Khmer Rouge took over, I just cannot go. So I had to stay behind and then work almost 3 years. Like you work like 16 hours a day. Yeah, and then you have to work very hard. And nothing to eat. They give you like 1 cup of rice when you drain it only 1 spoon. So a lot of people like die, maybe about 3 million on that time. Yeah.
And you were saying most of your surviving family is over here in the States now?
Only me that survived in my family, and then one of my brother that he left the country, and then he came to live in U.S. after he know that I'm survived, and then he sponsored me to come to U.S.
So you see him? You still?
Yeah, I see him, and that's why I live with him until I got married.
Ah.
Yeah.
So where does he live in town?
Right now he lives in Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
You should watch the movie, what it called Killing Field.
The movie
Killing Field, yeah.
Kill,
Have you ever watched that?
I saw it, part of it, yes.
Is it a good representation of what
That's
happens?
what is it's a true story, but the truth is worse than that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. They are very violent, and then they take people that I see from my face, like a day, 100 people, they bring them and then kill them in the rice field. Yeah.
So you're lucky you survived.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I'm survived. Yeah.
You're lucky you found a good
they
husband.
took me, they was going to kill me, they tied me under the tree, but after that they released me. They give me, a chance to survive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're glad you did.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All my parents, all my brother and sister.
Oh, I had a terrible squeal. It's that bus behind me.
Yeah, nervous for a second.
So you don't have to go in your pocket. I'll take this and just pay it back.
And to close out the program today, pretty much, Fritz on music.
Music connects with me. Yeah, I love all sorts of bands, but I got tired of the guitar and the drum kit. I got tired of hearing the same, 8 fucking drums and the same instrument. Guitar, bass, keyboards, drums. Yeah, it's just essentially how people understand music as far as the big picture, and to me, music is way, way, way beyond that. And obviously that's a huge part of it, but if you're talking about timbres, which is the way that a sound sounds, like the texture of an individual sound, timbres get far more interesting if you can move away from a guitar and a drum kit and move into just the infinite world of what a kick drum can sound like if you have it in a computer as opposed to having a physical drum in front of you.
Right, and what's interesting is years ago I heard someone, I just overheard this conversation of these two people talking about music on the street, like in LA, and this guy was like, this like homeless person, I think he was homeless, was talking to this young guy, and they're talking about music, and the young guy was like, yeah, well, I was playing this, but now I'm starting to play guitar, and the homeless person just, I don't know if he's really homeless. I don't know why I think he's homeless, but he may have been homeless. Anyway, he starts saying that the guitar is the best instrument because it has the widest range. You know, you can get so loud, so high, and so low.
You can play chords as well as melody. You can play.
And what's interesting is this is like
you can do hammer-ons. You can plug it into an amplifier.
And that conversation was probably 20 years ago, at like the beginning of the electronic world. You know, like the electronic music world was still in its infancy, really, at least in the mainstream. You know, like not many people were really into
it. It was pretty big throughout the 90s.
So this was like, you know, early 90s, mid 90s.
Okay.
And so this guy, it's curious that you made that point about how guitar is actually limited when 20 years ago it was thought of as the least limited. And now with the digital world, it's so people are now, like you have now understood for a while now, that no, guitar is actually more limited compared to what you can do digitally.
Right. It only really gives you one specific source vibration, which is those strings vibrating and you holding down the strings on a fretboard. You can make a guitar sound a lot of different ways, but it's still always the source material is strings vibrating. A lot of electronic music uses just electricity vibrating to create its source material, and then you kind of sculpt it from there. A guitar tone has already been sculpted once you kind of strum the strings.
So you have your dream, well, you have a radio show now that you really like. Stomach alright?
Yep. Sushi expands, you know?
Yeah. I never realized that. Is that like because the rice, right? Rice expands,
rice, yeah.
Makes you feel like you're full, and then you're really not. A couple funny things about the Asian cuisine, that, and then also that, I mean, not that they all use it, but some of them use that, what's it called, that stuff, MSG. The way I just remembered MSG, like the reason why it took me so long, I couldn't remember it, but I knew it had the
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. I was like, what's the name of the place the Knicks play? That's the initials I'm looking for.
Where do you buy MSG?
I don't know.
At the Asian market.
Really?
Yeah. Alright.
Does it taste a certain way?
What can I get for you?
Apparently it's on the go.
Alright.
I'm gonna get the chicken parm.
Got it.
And I'll get that with, then I'll just get some fries.
Basket of fries, or you want the side of fries, or half order of fries?
Wait, I'm sorry, say that again?
So we have a half order of fries, which is $1.50, or you can get the basket or a full order, which is $3.
Okay, I'll go full. No salt.
You got it.
And that's it.
Sure you don't want to try our little bit of further fries yet?
No, I'll be good on this. Thanks.
You got it, man.
How's things been going?
It's been good, man. Business has picked up a lot more, and
Good.
I'm extremely happy about that.
Yeah, I saw you the other day when I was walking by.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, come on. I think you were like, come on in.
I was trying to wave
yeah.
to you. You want anything to drink?
Nah. It'll be to go. Yeah, I got drinks at home. Then I waved on the way back. I saw you wave. I was like, I wonder if JP remembers me or if he's just doing this to everybody that's walking by.
I should start doing that to everybody that comes by and looks at it.
Yeah, but I see the new signs where it's like, now you're officially open.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Heck yeah, we also put out some green greenery, I guess you could call it.
Oh,
Some
nice.
green walls to make it look like, hey, we're actually.
It's a
Please
restaurant.
come in. It's a restaurant. Yeah, come in.
I'm gonna go to the grocery store for a minute. I'll be back.
You got it, man.
Appreciate it.